kit. It's a rust-covered cottage wood kit from my collection, the Farmhouse Charm by Joey collection. So you can get over to her shop and look. You can actually, if you have the featured link, you can bring that up on the screen while we're crafting. If it's a pinned comment link that you have to click, it'll take you out of Facebook. So I hope you'll wait till we're done, but if you want to go shop and come back, you are welcome to. I don't know if you have any guesses as to which kit we are doing. Thank you for sprinkling, Miss Peggy. If you're able to do it on my page, I will be picking 3 people to add to a wheel that I spin at the end of the month. So you have to tell me in the comments that you shared the video out, whatever you want to say. You can see it on both. You're only seeing it on Joey's. That's fine. That's fine. Whichever you want to watch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Let me get my glasses on. This time of night, my eyes don't want to work. I hope I'm on. Okay, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let it go. We're going to watch the comments, at least over on my side. Is it a scarecrow? It's not a scarecrow. The link is broken. It's broken. Let me see. Okay, it works for me. You might have to go like copy it and paste it into your browser. It worked for me. Oh no. No other guesses? Okay, I'll guess. I'm going to have to go ahead and show you because we've got to get started painting this. And I don't know if you can tell while it's in the package. Can you tell what it is? Can you tell? Which way is it legible for you? It is the Black Hat door hanger. I don't know if that's the name of it. The words on it say Black Hat Inn. So super cute. When I saw that Christina had done another Halloween door hanger the other day on her page, it just got me thinking, I have been wanting to do this. A lot of you wanted to see this one. So this is what we're doing. Let me get this open. Let me get it open. You have it like, I don't know. What's the term? What's the term for having it hermetically sealed? Is that what it's called? It's like so well sealed in here that I am going to struggle just a little bit. But that's okay because it keeps all of these little pieces intact and in good shape and ready to go. Now there's actually 2 packages, okay? This is the front of the door hanger and all the pieces, and then there is a frame for the back. Okay, I'm not going to have to paint this. I'm simply going to glue it on after we're done. So, well, not after we're done, but it's the back to hold the slats in their right place. Okay, there we go. We got all the pieces out. Colleen, yay, I'm glad you could be here. Not working by clicking the link or copying. Oh, did it not paste right? Let me try it again. If I can get my screen to work, let me delete. Delete the comment, it's gone. It might have been the way because I was typing it in and messed it up. Let me try it again. Let's see. Top. I think I broke the link. Yep. I had broken it the way I pasted it in. There it is. It works now. It's working. You can try it if you want to. I need to try to get it off my screen so that I can see what you guys are saying over here. There it goes. If you tap the X next to that, it will disappear off your screen. So be aware that it should be pinned to the very top, but it might disappear off your screen if you tap the X. It is working! Yay, 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 yay. Good. Hey, Tammy. Thank you for checking that. Okay, let's get to painting. Okay, let me show you the parts and pieces. Now, this is exactly how it comes when it's packaged and sent to you. So, let's show you what we've got. Cute little old decrepit little witch hat. And there's some little accents. So there's a button, wooden button, and a wooden flower, and a little green floral backing that you'll put the flower on top of, and then the button goes in the middle of that. Then here come the words. So we've got ooh, we've got a bat, a little bitty bat. The words black. Here we go. Hat. Turn them around. In. Very good. I know how to read. And then the bottom part of the sign is going to say open daily. So I am going to set those little pieces aside for a minute. We'll check that. It actually has two little dashes, and I'll show you the backer. So here is the etched lines of where those words are going to be, so you don't have to guess. You've got the perfect placement right there. Hang on. Okay, well this is weird because, okay, the way it's put together is this piece goes on the top and it was on the bottom, and the middle piece doesn't have the words. Now, Christina, you can probably chime in and tell us. I guess you didn't have the etched words on the top and the middle piece because you can get the gist of where they're placed on this very middle one. Is that it? And then the bottom one goes here. Okay, so that's our placement of our slats. Okay, move the hat over. Let me show you. This is what mine looks like. Okay, so you've got the words across that very middle slat and then the bottom one. You can see, oh, don't worry about it. Whichever page you want to watch on is fine and dandy. Here's what I'm going to do. The back boards, I'm going to do all of these in the plaster color from Waverly. The hat is going to be in black. The words are going to be in black. The bat's going to be in black. And then I'm going to surprise you with the floral colors. Okay? I don't need to paint these. That is just for the very back of the sign. So I'm going to do the words first. Then I'm going to do the sign, I think. No, you know what? We're going to do the sign first. I'm going to turn these so I can keep them on the cardboard, make a little less mess on my table. And I'm going to smash them up against each other, and I am trying to only get the paint on the very front. I don't want it on the edges. I want to leave that laser cut look on the edges of my sign. So if it overlaps, it's okay, but we're going to do our best to keep it inside. Hello, Miss Barbara. Let's see. I'm seeing all the comments on my page, so I'm going to go ahead and close Christina's page and open this up bigger so I can see a little bit better. You made it, Kim. You missed some of the drama. You missed the drama, but that's okay. We'll just pretend that didn't happen, right? Okay, so let's get the plaster color open and get started with that. And I'm going to put a pretty thick coat on because I want it. I'm not really looking for the wood grain to come through. It's okay if it does. It's not going to hurt anything. And as long as I can see my etched lines well enough to glue onto them, we'll be fine. So let's grab a nice big paint dauber and just get our paint on here. So I'm going to go up and down to go a little bit faster. Is that a hair? Yeah. That's one of my hairs. They have been everywhere today. I guess I'm shedding for winter, for fall. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I've been dealing with that today like crazy. It was a hair wash day, so my hair tends to go everywhere for a while after that. Okay. So I am going fast. It does tend to go on thinner this way, so I might end up doing a second coat. Whoops. Gonna wait and see. My paint jobs are not perfect, guys. I don't work at perfection because I will be coming back and distressing it. I want it to look a little bit, not really dingy, but a little bit aged. just imperfect, like Halloween is, right? Can Christina, I think, could see us. She was seeing it at on the other page. I hope she can see us. She's working right now. She is filling orders, so I don't know how much she's going to be able to comment. Be aware of that. We might not be able to hear a whole lot from Christina unless I have to call her in for something like we did just a minute ago when we were lost. But it's okay, Mama. We are fine, and you keep working. You don't have to supervise us, I'm hoping. I'm going to try not to drag my shirt against this board here. Let's get that edge and bring it all the way up here. And this is given a pretty good coat. I see some wood grain coming through, but it's not too bad. Let's dry it and see how it looks. You're loading again, Kim. Oh no. I could do the letters in green like the witch's face. Oh, that would be cute. That would be cute. I have some fun ideas for our florals though. So I think that's where I'm going to be putting the color on. She is listening on her page. Okay, good. Well, Constance, since I closed her screen, I don't know why I couldn't see her comments. So, darn it, I should have kept that open. You may have to tell me if she says anything important. Let's get this dry, mostly. It doesn't have to be perfectly dry. I just don't want it to be wet, wet. No wet boards. And then we're going to switch over and do the letters. And the black, blah, 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 blah. All the letters are going to be black. The bat is going to be black for me. And the hat. So let me get most of this dry, and I am going to use our other piece of cardboard to set them on rather than taking the time to take all the cellophane off and use this one for painting. Doesn't want to move. There we go. Okay, now these can dry some more over here. Yeah, there's paint on the edge of it, so that'll need to be touched up or dried. Okay, here's our big letters, our big words. Black hat in. This is so darn cute. And then here's all of our little letters. And our little letters I'm going to put on a piece of painter's tape. Miss Frances Hannigan is here. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? I am waiting for your craft club to arrive. Okay, so all I have to do is take a strip of painter's tape, and I wish I had a wider piece, but this is all I have. And I'm going to roll the ends of it under a little bit and stick them down to this cardboard. Nice and tight. And we are going to spell it out so that I can make sure I get my letters in the right order. I think that's the back of the letter. No. Open. That's such a cute E. Oh my gosh, that's cute. Look at that E. Isn't that cute? I don't know what that style is. It kind of reminds me of Art Deco. Is that right? You know, this whole thing makes me think of the show Bewitched. I don't know about you. That's what it makes me think of. Okay, open daily. And then these two little marks that go in front and behind the words. And I can go ahead and put this in my water. And I will be getting another sponge dauber out. Your blood pressure, oh no, you need to take a break, rest. Oh, and the hat's going to be black also. So let's make some room for the hat. This stuff is not. Let's go like this. And we've got room for everything. So let's get some black. This is just black chalk paint. This is a Martha Stewart brand just because I had it out the other day and it's handy. So we're going to use it again. And it's pretty thick. So we should get good coverage with it. I'm going to start with my hat because I have a lot of paint on here. It's okay if this glops over on the outside edges. It doesn't have to. I'm not working to make it do that, but it can. Oh, this looks good. I prefer a chalk paint because of the matte finish that it has and the fact that usually chalk paint gives me better coverage. There's a whole lot of paint on here. I'm trying to be careful so it doesn't go everywhere. Just giving it a light swipe. Let me get that excess paint off. Okay, now that I'm working with the thinner letters, I'm going to be dabbing rather than swiping, because whenever I swipe, I tend to catch the edge of the letters and it picks it up. I'm just going to just very, very slightly swipe it after I dab it. There we go. See, if these little weak spots where all the letters are connected tend to bend when I swipe, so I do have to be careful. There we go. All right, I want to know how much you decorate for Halloween. Now, this is I know it's a Halloween kit, but the kits that spoke to me when it came to putting the rust-covered cottage, well, the Farmhouse Charm by Joey collection together were the cute kits. I'm going to show you the one that we had done, last week? It was the kit that we did when we opened this collection, when it first dropped on the site. It's the first kit we did that night when I showed it to you. As long as my hands are clean. It's our little ghost. It says, "Smell my feet." I absolutely adore him. So I go for the cute Halloween. Not necessarily like a whimsical kind of look, but not scary. Now, I've done scary in the past. I did a porch display that looked like a graveyard that was really kind of cool, and I think I'm going to put it out again this year. But this is going to be my door hanger. Isn't it? Oh, it's just going to be super cute. It just kind of lightens the mood. I don't think anybody is scared by my little graveyard scene on the porch. It just looks like a grave marker behind an old fence. And sometimes I put a little skeleton hand in there. I mean, you know, that's not scary, right? I hope not. We don't have little bitty ones in the neighborhood. We have some, I don't know, like 4- and 5-year-olds and older, but we don't have little bitty ones unless they bring grandkids over. I don't know if some of them do. You can't wait to get the ghost? Yay, Chris, I'm glad you're going to get that one. It's so stinking cute. Just love him. Hang on. Can you use chalk paste to paint your mushrooms from your kit? You absolutely can. You're going to see an example of that very, very soon. Hold tight. We're going to get this stuff painted, and then we're going to get the little letters painted, and then we're going to do well, I've done the hat. I'm going to check for touch-ups. Sometimes I miss spots when I dab, so we'll be checking. I'm just going to get a little bit at a time because we're going to be moving over to these little letters, and you don't want to have a ton of paint on your sponge. You can use a paintbrush. Don't feel like you have to use a sponge. I just can go personally, I can go a whole lot faster with a sponge, and it dries a whole lot faster because it's not as thick of a coat. Okay, I'm looking, yep, missed a spot there. Just check for missed spots before you move on to the next thing. I think the hat looks pretty good. I'll check this word hat here in just a minute. Get a little bit, and we're going to do the letters over here. Let's start. Again, I'm just dabbing to get the bulk of the paint off of the sponge. Okay, and onto the letters. And then when it's a little bit thinner on my sponge, I can come in here and I can do a quick swipe. Now, let's do this word. Sticking it on your painter's tape is a lifesaver. I don't know about you, but I do not want to have to hold all of these little bitty individual letters to paint them. Okay, do you have a touch up here on hat? Sometimes I have to change my angle of my lighting, so how I'm looking at it. I'm going to watch this for a second. Otherwise, we're done with the black paint. This is going pretty quick. Let's go ahead and I'm going to clean my hands just a little bit so that I don't have black paint on me when I move on to the other parts of the project. You don't decorate for Halloween. You don't do any. Now, okay, so if you don't decorate for Halloween, I would like to know, do you hand out candy? Do you just, just have a plain front door and hand out candy? Because I've done that too. There's been plenty of years we didn't decorate for Halloween. When the kids were little, all I had was this little witch, this cute little witch on a broom that I would put on the door. But there's been plenty of years when she kind of fell apart, we didn't have anything for a long time. You hang up a little ghost. 20. Oh my gosh, that would be cute. And a little bit more. Okay. Okay, I think I got my hands done, and I'm checking up. There's a couple of spots to touch up on my letters. I think that's it. Alrighty, so we've got all this stuff done. Now let's do, I need to do this part. We'll just do this on the table. It won't hurt, and my sign is dry, so I can set that on top of the slats. All right, let's just go ahead and put this in my jar of water next to the other sponge. I do clean these. I don't just toss them in the trash. I will toss it in the trash once it starts to fall apart off of the handle. But otherwise, I keep using it. All right. You don't have anyone that comes to your house, Rose? Do you live too far out? We live in a subdivision, so we definitely get foot traffic. And in fact, some people come and drive around and drop their kids off at the entrance of our neighborhood because it's really small. It's basically one loop around, and then you go back out the same entrance. So those kids, you can drop them off. They can zigzag their way around that loop and be done and go on to another neighborhood. And I think that's what they do. That's okay, because we like to hand out the candy. I'm using chalk paste for this part because I don't have these bright Halloween-y colors in paint. All I have them in is my chalk paste. And Francis, you were asking if you can use chalk paste to paint, and you absolutely can. The only thing I would do is make sure it's not too thick. So I'm gonna have a couple of these little trays, and yes, they have dried up crusty paint in them, but it's not gonna hurt anything. And I'm gonna get some stir sticks. There's one, there's two, there's three. And we're gonna see how thick this paste is before we paint with it. If it is super thick, I'm going to add a touch of water to it. It can be somewhat thick. Oh, this is good. This one is nice and creamy. But you want it to go on smoothly. So I'm going to put a little dollop in the tray. Doesn't need to be very much. That is only because I don't want to put my sponge dauber that has been used and might be kind of a little contaminated into my jar. I want to keep this jar as clean as possible so it can sit on my shelf for months and months and months until I decide to use it again. I don't want it to grow anything in the meantime. So let's go ahead and get the purple, which is actually called Wild Plum. You can use a deep purple, a bright purple, whatever you like, and we're putting that on the flower. Let me get my glasses on. Finally showing up live after 30 minutes. What happened? So I'm going to dab this. It's a pretty creamy paint. Dab it and then swipe from the center out. This is such a little 60s style flower. It's so cute. So once again, this just makes me think of Bewitched. There's our purple flower. Got to have some purple in there. And that's all I needed there. In fact, you know what I can do? Okay, I only needed a teeny tiny bit of yellow. Let me stir this one. It looks a little bit thick. Oh, this whole thing is thick. Let's just add some distilled water in here and get it up to par for when I want to stencil with it later. And then we'll see if it is the right consistency for paint. I could put it in my tray and add water to it there, but I just only need a tiny, tiny bit of this. I think we're going to be fine. Miss Bewitched, do you think of it? You miss it, or you're saying you miss, like, the lady? There's a street that decorates, a phenomenal job on Halloween tons. Oh, that would be fun. We have various people around, you know, within neighborhoods that do some fun Halloween decorations, and I would like to go out that week and just drive around and find some. I think I've got a good consistency here. So what I'm going to do is take this little tiny bit, and I'm just going to go boop right on my sponge dauber, and actually that's a lot. Let me smush it around, and then I love this bright yellow. I could have used one that I have on my shelf that is a chalk paint from Waverly called Maze, but it is not this bright, and it has to be this bright for Halloween, don't you think? Whoop! Ta-da! I don't know if you can tell, the light kind of, oops, washed it out. Some of it came off. Hang on. I want it to be good and thick. Okay. Don't flip it upside down this time. Last one is going to be the green, which is going on all the greenery for the backdrop. 30 houses, and it's safe. That's awesome. You missed the show and the entire cast. Yes. That, I watched that growing up. Now, I know it was from before my time. It was from the 60s, right? But I watched it. I was a 70s baby. Let's get a small enough sponge dauber so that we can just stay within our little shape. We'll stir this one up. Oh, this one's gotten kind of thick too. This is my magnolia green. This one is daffodil. Didn't tell you that color. Let's get some, and again, this is distilled water. This is my spray bottle I always use, and it always has distilled water, so that if I need to, I can put it in my jars of paint, and I can put it in my chalk paste, and I don't have to worry about any contaminants. Okay, getting this all stirred up. I should have done this before we came live. We got a little distracted. Christina was sending me pictures of things she's going to possibly post on the website soon, and I'm excited. She has been working so hard with all of these releases. If you haven't noticed, 2 other affiliates have collections that have had releases lately. Chris Hunter and Jamie from row 12, Jamie Woodruff. And I love all their stuff. So you'll have to go check out everything. So let's just put a little bit on our sponge dauber like before. And I'm going to tap it back off because it's too much. But I needed a dollop. Dollop will do me. Okay. Need some more. I might have to get some more out. Let's get some more out. I thought I had too much, but turns out I didn't. All right. So I'm dabbing the whole thing, pretty much. And yes, you can put this down on painter's tape also if you don't want to handle it. Okay. It's all dabbed, and now we're going to swipe gently from the center out, and that thins it out a little bit in certain spots. This one I might need a second coat on. It's looking a little bit thin, so I'm going to let this one dry and come back to it here in just a second. Okay, let's check our other stuff. That should be dry. I think that looks okay. There's a couple of light spots on here, but it looks pretty good. The flower looks great, and I love it's going to be up against this green, so it's going to really show up really well. But this is coming out a little bit thin, so let's get it dry. I wish you could see it better. Oh, I'm so sorry, hon. I know you've had trouble with your eyes. Can you zoom in? Can you like open up one of those little screens that you can zoom in and out with? I do that on my phone all the time. When I can't zoom in close enough on a picture, I'll bring up that little magnifier, and it helps a lot. Let me add just a tiny bit of water to that and see if we have enough in here to do a second coat. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing a second coat. This is gonna be better. It was looking a little yellow because of all of the wood tone underneath. A tiny bit of water to that. It'll spread out a little bit easier. Okay. I didn't like the yellow coming through. Dab and swipe. Whoopsie. Dab and swipe. All right. I'm going to come back and dab the spots that are a little bit thin. Usually it's right over here on the ends where I had my fingers on it. All right. I think that's going to be good. And then these little trays are going to be easy to wash up. Easier than if I had used paint. That's for sure, because the paint's what sticks in there and won't wash out. Are you not able to see the comments on my page? I closed that screen, Christina, because I was getting confused and it was so small. I couldn't see it as well as I wanted to. Are there questions I need to answer from over there? Let's start putting things together. Oh, no, wait. I'm going to want to distress something. So let's just slide these over. They're dry. Make room for these pieces so they can dry a little bit more. Get my paste out of the way and switch back to the slats on the sign. And put this together. Me and Constance are answering. Oh, you guys are awesome. I can open it back up. Tell me if I need to open it back up. I can. Okay, what I want to do is I want to distress the edges of these before we put it together. And I think I want to use black soot archival ink. Okay, I just have this little bitty one because I only use it for distressing. And I use the archival ink so that it doesn't smear like, what is that, distress oxide. I don't like to use that stuff. Do I need to open up that other screen? So all I'm going to do is take this kind of I'm going to start at a 45-degree angle and see if I get enough color from it. If I don't, I'll just flatten it out a little bit more. So we'll go with a 45. That's not enough. So I'm gonna let's go a little bit heavier, and we're just gonna do that. Can you see that edge? I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to do a little bit more like that. And then if I put these two together, you can see it a little bit better. It's not real heavy. It doesn't look thick like paint. You can do paint on the edges if you want. You could do a black color of dark wax if you want as well. But I wanted to just give it a haze effect, not anything real stark. See, I'm doing a couple of strokes kind of heavy here and there. There's that top edge. Okay, doing each one of these. You think I'm okay? 50 crafters, yes, that's awesome. No one trick or treats here. People go to the community center. Oh, I see, Nancy. So it's decorated for fall. Oh, well, that's cute. Then you can just keep your fall decorations and not switch for Halloween. I kind of do a little switch. I'll have fall up, and then the week of Halloween, I will do that, and then, whoop, that was a lot. Hold on, concentrate, Joey. The week of Halloween, I do it, and then I go back to fall. There. Okay. Yep, I am. You're doing a shiplap type of moon. Well, it could be a moon. It doesn't. This is the way the kit's designed, is to look like a shiplap. You could paint it solid and not accent the shiplap lines if you don't want to, and you could make it look like a moon. But it's a sign for an N, so that's why I am doing the shiplap look. There we go. I might come back and add some more in a couple more areas, so that these big swipes don't stand out quite so much. See, I'm just randomly doing these big heavy swipes. Let's see how we look when we put it together. Thank you for sprinkling Little of Me Gifts and Specialties. Cute name. I haven't seen you before. Welcome in. Okay, so when we put all this together, this goes this way. Then that's what we have going on. I'm going to add a little bit more of our ink in the middle, because there's some big open areas, and I just want to make sure we have a little bit of accent. So let me do a little bit more here on, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a streaks here and there. I should do more straight lines. Okay, that's completely up to you. You don't have to do this, but I think it adds a little bit more rustic look. And that was just using kind of the corner of the ink pad. Now we are ready to glue. This doesn't take very long to dry, so I think I am safe to flip these over. Okay, and we are going to line them up to each other. And remember those frame pieces that we opened up at the very beginning? That is how we glue this. And this thing is not flat. So I am going to get, hang on, this out of the way. It's too many lumps and bumps. I can't get a flat connection between these pieces. So we're going to put it flat to the table. Now we can line it up. And for this, because it is a little bit heavier, it's bigger pieces than our normal little wood kits. It's all still the same thickness. It's all still the 1/4 inch thick, but I am going to use both wood glue and the stick fast. And when I say wood glue, I'm using Type Bond. And this little bitty hole it doesn't like to squeeze out. So when you put your frame on, you're going to glue it to the back like this, so that your frame touches all of the pieces. Okay, and you can do it where it's an actual circle, or you can spread it out, whatever you'll want to do. Where's my stick fast? There it is. You're new to Magnolia. Welcome. Oh, you're on our team. If you're on Lynn's team, that's exciting. I'm so glad to get to meet you. Okay, so stick fast will go on after the wood glue. I'm going to have to two-hand this to get some wood glue. I want wood glue on all of, I've got to cut this hole bigger because it's just not coming out fast. There. Let's see if that works better. Woo! That really worked. Okay. That was a lot. We're gonna take you, spread you thinner. That was a lot. Put some, and then we're gonna spread it all out. Okay, you don't want it to be really thick like hot glue is. You want it to be a little bit thinner. Works better. And then we're gonna come in with our stick fast in between. That's kind of like our hot glue, but I don't like using hot glue on door hangers if I can help it. Put it down, and then we're gonna, whoa, it wants to slide. Don't slide, just stay in place. Do I store my bottle upside down? Of the Tight Bond, it's a brand new bottle, so I haven't had to use it and store it upside down after that. Uh-oh, did I growl? You guys, you never know what noises I'm gonna make. Uh-oh, hold on. The bottom piece moved. Okay, hold still. I wonder if my stick fast mixed in with my wood glue, and that's why things are sliding. Don't slide. Maybe we can get this one right, and then we won't have to worry about it moving around on us. So let's thin that down. I just use my finger. You can paint it on if you want to. You can use a spatula. All right, get some stick fast in between. Stick fast does take about 20 or 30 seconds to set up, so maybe this will set up better after, well, now that I'm letting it set. And this doesn't have to perfectly line up. It's okay. The only thing I haven't decided on this is the hanger. I don't know what I'm doing for a hanger yet. I'm thinking just some jute, but I'm not sure how I'm going to attach it. I might attach it to the outside edges with my staple gun. Okay, this is the problem. It's not sticking to the bottom one. Let me hold this down a little bit. Does the stick fast have a smell like super glue? I don't know. It doesn't. I don't notice it, but it might be because I'm used to it. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's sticking better. Ta-da! Okay, I'm still going to pick it up from the slats and hold it carefully. There we go. Well, this is so cool. Okay, now we're ready to glue all of these little pieces. The little pieces I am pretty much, I think, well, the hat I might do with some wood glue also because it's so big, but everything else should go on with the stick fast. We're going to set this stuff right here, and we're going to start with the easy ones that have an outline etched on the board, and then we will work around that. So black hat in. Did I get that lined up right? In. Because I painted white over this, it is a little more challenging to find those lines, but at least then if you don't get it perfectly straight, you won't be able to tell. It won't be a problem, really. All right, let's get it done. I am making sure all of the bumps and curves and the outside ends of the letters have a dot of this stick fast glue. If you haven't used this before, it is basically super glue. It is a gel formula, so it goes on a little bit thicker, a little easier to control than super glue, and it takes a little longer to dry, so you have some time. Okay, I lined up these bottom two bumps and then laid it down, and we're in good shape. Hold it down, because if it's uneven underneath, you've got to give it a second or two to set up. My comments stopped. Talk to me, people. What do you think? What do you think of this black hat ensign? Is it something we've kind of debated a little bit here about whether we decorate for Halloween or not, but is it something you would use? I thought it was stinking cute. I am definitely going to be putting it out. I don't know, would you? Okay, let's line up the bottom edge of these letters and then lay it down and hold it in place. I'm checking to make sure. Yep, good, that's all in place. Marianne's still here. You okay? Who said definitely? I'm curious. Kim, you were just using it, Colleen, so you don't think, do you think it has a smell? Because mine, there's a slight smell. There's a slight smell. I'm not going to sit here and sniff it, though. There's a slight smell. It's not real strong, I don't think. Oh, thank you, Peggy. You like doing the black and white of the slats? I think that's fun. To me, it's a little more of a traditional farmhouse look rather than a distressed look. Get on the very tippy of that. Now on the end, I'm going to line it up on the top edge because that's where the etching is. Move it up a little bit. Oop, it stuck to me. Trying to order, but the links are not working. Oh, Kim, I'm so sorry. Dang it. You got the ghost, didn't get this one. Not yet, Patricia. It's so stinking cute. I'm glad I did the marks. I'm glad I marked it up. Okay, now let's go ahead and do open daily. Let's carefully get these letters. I am going to take them off one at a time. Now these two little slashes are different. This one has like an angled end on it and this one is shorter. So make sure you get the right one in each spot. Okay. Flip it around so this little angled end is in the right place. Press it down. And I tell you, this is probably going to take the longest of the whole darn project. You just put it in order and you didn't see it, Lynette. Well, I tell you what, guys, if you don't already know, Christina's kits all include shipping. You don't have any extra cost for shipping. Don't glue your fingers together. So you can go in and order this one if you want it, and don't worry about it. If she sees those two orders come in back to back, she's going to put them together and ship them together for you. Or you can message her just to make sure she knows that. You were thinking of designing it as an Old England tavern sign. Okay, so does that mean you would leave it as like stained wood? That sounds cute. Okay, you guys need to know that Christina has a group called, is it Cottage? Rustic, oh gosh, what's the name of the group? Somebody tell me that Christina has for posting pictures. I have one also called the Crafter Studio. But you can post in both places. And these letters, I thought they were even, but now they're not lining up evenly. And I'm matching up to the, am I? I think I'm matching up to the, I don't know. Those don't look even, but they are where they're supposed to be. Do a bit of research and see what it comes up with. Oh, okay. Because I think that would be cool. You could make it, the back of it stained, and then you could do the letters in white and they would stand out. That would be cute. Miss Jillian, hello. I'm glad you could be here live. Good to have you here. I always say it's good to see you guys. I know I can't see you, but I feel like we're in the same room. I feel like we are together. And it's kind of like getting to see you. The Creative Cottage. If you are in that group, Constance, if you want to tap the @ sign and then type in the, oh, never mind, she put the link in. Sometimes that link can come in if you do the @ symbol before you type the name of it. That, Christina just put the link to her group in. Wait, she took it back out. No, there it is. Oh, she put in my shopping link for this exact kit. It is in the comments if you are looking for this one. Sorry, I'm not looking at the comments on your page. I thought we were seeing the same thing. That's one of the reasons I closed out of that screen, is because they all looked the same to me. But who knows? Maybe I just had a second screen of my video, of my page. I don't know what I did. Sometimes I think I am tech savvy enough to do this, and then as soon as I think that, I prove myself wrong. There we go. We got it. Ta-da! Open daily. Super cute. Okay, so now we're going to figure out the placement of our hat, which is going to fit right down here, and our bat. So the bat, I'm thinking, goes at the top, or you could put it down. Yeah, he needs to go at the top. You could put him wherever you want him. And then we're going to put the greenery and the flower and the button right on the hat. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. I'm going to do that after we get our hat placed. And you can play with it. You can go this way. You can angle it. You could offset it. I'm going to try to put it right centered up like that. So let's get some Type Bond on there first. Peeling apples. You're making apple butter. Oh, Patricia, I am jealous. I am so jealous because I don't know if you saw. I posted earlier this morning. I'm looking for some really good fall recipes. Something different. Something I haven't tried before. I do a lot of soups. Of course, we do chili around here. We do, you know, lots of regular old meatloaf and stuff like that in the winter time. But I'm looking for something different. And I did find an apple butter recipe. It's really chunky though. I'm not sure if I want it. I would have to mix it up better. I'd have to really mix mine up because I like it thin. You haven't seen apple butter in a long time? Just go to the Cracker Barrel. They have apple butter. Who else has apple butter places? We have a couple of restaurants around here that offer apple butter. Love it. I don't think I need the Type Bond on the back of the bat. He's pretty lightweight. Just a few dots of the Stick Fast old-fashioned apple butter stack cake. Okay, Patricia, you've got to go to that post on my page and share that recipe. I need to see that one. Okay, let's see how we want our flour. Let's see. I think I like this. And then it's going to go there. Yeah. All right, I like that direction. So once again, I'm just going to worry about where it's actually going to touch. So I need the base of these leaves and then this center part. So the center part and the base of these pieces. I think I got too much glue out on that one. There you go. Once you place it, go ahead and go with it because if you get too much glue, like I just did, it will ooze out and it might dry with a white film. I might have to come back and touch up my black paint once that stick fast glue dries. Why did I pushed too hard on that. Don't push too hard like I did. It's a gingerbread layer. Ooh, yum, 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 yum. Okay, now the flower, I want it to kind of be angled so that I can see a lot of green behind it. Yeah. There. So cute. So cute. Reminds you of the Play Wicked because of the green. We're covering up a lot of that green now. All right, and then the button is going to go right in the middle as the center of the flower. For me, I mean, you could put the button somewhere else. You could put the button over here on the hat if you want to, but I made it the center of the flower. And that's it. We've got it all put together. So what should I do for the hanger? I'm thinking I'll take, let me carefully pick this up and show you. Oh, I'm so in love with this, and I can't ever seem to hold it straight. There. Hold this straight. It's so cute. I don't know, but now I think the bat is my favorite thing. Isn't it cute? Okay, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking some rough jute. Let me test this out. I would tie a knot at each end that I'm going to attach. Okay, and then I would take my stapler and I would pick a spot just to the side of the top and staple it going this way. Okay, let me look. You could do a beaded hanger if you want to, or you could do a ribbon. Like you could pick a ribbon that has these colors in it and bring it up to the top, but I think I like the rustic. Or you can just do a loop. Like you can attach a loop to the back so that you just hang it with this. I haven't decided. What would you do? You got a black cat, be pretty on there. Oh, yeah, that would be cute. What do you think? I feel like I need the ribbon, but I don't want it to be too cutesy. I still want it to be a little bit rustic. Let me cut this. I'll cut it a little longer than I need because I would just attach it like right here and right here, and then it would just kind of be up above like that. I don't know, you probably can't even see it. You would do a ribbon? Well, I'm going to play with it. I don't want to attach it yet because if I decide to do a ribbon, I'll have to go get one. I don't have these colors together. But I know I could find one. I know that Michael's has a lot of Halloween stuff out right now. But for now, I think we are looking really cute like this. Don't you think? It's Marion from Idaho. Hello, hello. Glad you could be here. Linda, you just caught the tail end. Hope you can go back and watch the replay. We are live on Christina's Rust Covered Cottage by Christina page and Created in Awe. We did our black hat in Open Daily. I just love it. I just love it. So this is available on the website. You can use my affiliate link, or you can go straight to Rust Covered Cottage if you prefer, or if you support a different affiliate, you can use her link. All of those are awesome. I just want you to get this kit if you want it. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will put a list of all the different paints and things that I used down in the comments, and then I will be posting a picture of it tomorrow. Thank you, Christina, so much for letting me do this live on your page. I appreciate you more than you know, and I absolutely adore the collection. So have a great night, and I want to see your kits. Bye.